Michael Lyons is an accomplished illustrator and author, but has recently developed a video podcast devoted to Ojibwe language and culture. And while there may be several such podcasts or similar online web-based tutorials for people to choose from, what makes Michael's efforts stand out is his use of puppets, music, and humor to help others learn and keep a language alive.
Hey, it's Bemidji!
Hey, bit again! Boozhoo
brother.
Nanaboozhoo indigenous cause.
Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo started about 6 months ago. I'd been sort of thinking about it. I said, wouldn't it be cool to have something that was sort of a cross between Sesame Street and like the movie Smoke Signals?
Michael Lyons is an accomplished illustrator and author, but lately he has ventured into a new creative medium with a video podcast that incorporates the Ojibwe language. His program is titled Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo.
Just cute. For years I'd been doing a character that sounds kind of like Thomas from Smoke Signals. You know, remember, hey Victor, where's your dad? Well, that kind of became Nanaboozhoo. So that
Why is your mouth stuck open?
Oh, I don't know. It was all about, Makade mush kiki wabu. The response online.
There I am.
You know, the bar is so low. Everyone loved it. My second one was called Niwi Saga I need to go to the bathroom. And he basically comes out and goes, okay, let's make this really short. I gotta go to the bathroom. Niwi Saga And he just kind of bounces around. And he goes, and like within a day there were 3,000 hits for that thing. I was like, what? There's basically kind of three main areas that Nanaboozhoo covers. One is an Ojibwe word of the day. Nanaboozhoo also tells Ojibwe stories. So like this morning I did one where he tells the story of how Beaver got his tail. And then the third area that we sort of do is like a music video.
All right, let's try this.
No.
Why don't you get a close-up on my hands?
But then it's just sort of following kind of children's show format. And so the podcast will have him, the word of the day might be coffee, and then he'll break for a song. And the song really has nothing to do with Ojibwe necessarily. But
Playing the blues.
then he may tell a story, you know, an oral tradition story, and say goodbye.
Michael has toyed with a longer format for the podcast, but has found that a shorter production holds the attention of the viewer. For a show that might run 10 minutes,
Except now we're doing an
there's
hour.
at least several hours of production time put into it.
I could do a podcast in half an hour. But I love to tweak it now, and I've been exploring special effects and stuff like that. So now I can play around with a podcast for 3 or 4 hours and then end up with 10 minutes worth of actual footage. I already had a little bit of an audience on Facebook from the OJIBERISH comic strip. So I knew there were probably around 200 people who would at least be familiar with the concept of me putting something creative out that had to do with the Ojibwe language. But I was also a big fan of podcasts just on YouTube. The whole thing is produced just on a Movie Maker download and pretty inexpensive.
Hey, we're destroying the illusion.
Months have gone by, new cast of characters have come on. You know, there's a dog, a stuffed dog that has been the engineer. And during one episode we learned that his name is Amish. They all have like Ojibwe names. I wanted to create something, you know, just my sensibilities as an artist is sort of cartoons, cartoonish stuff, you know, something kids like. But teaching the language, you know, gives me a vehicle to create these characters and these scenes and use music. And I want to make something that's
music? Yeah,
entertaining, engaging, and maybe inspiring kids to learn it on their own.
And the use of modern technology might be the right tools to spur their
There
interest.
you are with your mouth
I
open
just got
again.
interviewed last week from a magazine here in Bemidji, and they asked Tony Troyer about that. He's a language, you probably know. And he was very nice about it. He said, oh, Michael's show is very innovative, but then of course it has to be. He was saying that all of our language stuff needs to keep up with the times, especially if anything we're trying to impart to the younger generation.
Impart.
You know, all the kids I work with, and you know, a lot of them don't come from money at all, but they all have a phone. So I think it's great to use modern technology to
Your mouth
talk
is
about
gaping
traditional
open.
stuff. And, also, sometimes I
there you
think language revitalization efforts can suffer from too much, like, well, we have to do this in the traditional way. In fact, I'm still learning. I probably present myself as a fluent speaker, but mostly, I'm learning as I'm creating.
Okay, have a good night. GOFUNDME. I'll see ya.
GOFUNDME.
Boozhoo! Welcome back to
Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo.
the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha.
Okay.
And down here is Michael Lyons, the celebrity TV interview guy.
Hey, how you doing?
And over here is the one and only Nanaboozhoo.
Okay, hey, Boozhoo, everybody.
And yeah, that was the interview from what was that, Native Report?
Yeah, it was Native Report about 2 years ago.
I know. Oh, were we ever so young? Anywho, welcome back to the live stream show. And I don't know. What else can I say? This intro's too long.
What do you mean?
Well, it just takes us forever to... Oh, gibberish. Today's live stream show is brought to you by Oh Gibberish. When you need cartoons by Michael Lyons, order Oh Gibberish. And the links and the whatever. Where's the there we go. Support our show on GoFundMe, Patreon, PayPal, Amazon. The links are in the description. And yeah. But without further ado, please welcome the star of the show, Nanaboozhoo. Take it away, baby.
Okay, hey, miigwechwini mushe.
I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. Now you're my one, and you're my only regret. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. I used to sit up at night just so I could watch ya. I wrote on my bedroom wall, Nanaboozhoo loves Natasha.
Okay, hey, Boozhoo. Eh?
Nice entrance.
Thank you very much. And yeah, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the live stream show. Let's see who's here. Oh, we got so much So much planned for today. Heather Jackson, sweetie. Heather Jackson's the first one here. Can we give her a gold star? You got it. Boozhoo, Heather. Boozhoo, Heather Jackson. And Jim Dunn. Hikes. Jim's here. Jim's in second place. So he gets a silver star. Yep. A silver star. Oh, and the lovely and the talented Brandy Marie. Mino Gigaje, Brandy Marie. And Brandy's in third place. She gets sad face. Are we still doing that? Yep. It's a harsh curve. We go gold, silver, sad face. Sorry, Brandy Marie. There's winners and losers. And I guess third place is a sad face. Heather Jack says, yeah, sing that one. Oh, miigwech. Singing about my love for Natasha. Nah. What a sap. Brian Souls is here. Way to get their gold star, Heather. Yeah, well done, Heather. I think you deserve special recognition for your hard work and dedication getting here. You are the first in the class. You know. And so that is why I would like to dedicate today's Ojibwe word of the day to Heather Jackson. Action Jackson, they call her. Do they really call her that? I'm starting that. This one's for Action Jackson. Mukade mush kikiwabu. Black medicine water. That's the word of the day? Well, I was thinking, actually that's not, I wanted to say this one actually. Abatuse halfway. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Abatuse is Wednesday. Halfway. We are halfway through the week. But to Heather Action Jackson, she's just getting started. Wait, that would be kind of inaction. That'd be like procrastination. If Wednesday is you just getting started, you can't call yourself Action Jackson. Yeah, you're not really Action Jackson. If you took 2 days just to kind of gear up into your week, Heather. I mean, I know, your stupid generation. Oh, give me a participation trophy. Yeah, I work for the reservation. I've shown up on time a week in a row, 1 week, and they gave me an award for stick-to-itiveness or something. But not here, Heather Jackson. You want to be called Action Jackson? Well, let's see you here on Mondays. I want to see you here before class starts. Oh, the young people today. I told you, don't yell at our audience. What, you like these people? I love the Boozhoo crew. Daniel Black knows what I'm talking about. Hey, Boozhoo, Daniel. I'm just trying to put Heather Jackson back in her place. Action Jackson, she wants to be called. Oh, call me Action Jackson. Because on Wednesdays, I finally get around to getting started. Oh, look at me. I was here first. Once. And now she wants to be called Action Jackson? Get a life. Don't be mean to to Heather Jackson. What? Be nice. All right, Action. Lights. Camera. Action. I think it was Bill Shakespeare who said, all the world's indeed a stage, and we are merely players. Huh, sweetie? That's right, we're merely players. What do you think that means? I think it means everything is like a TV show. Like the news isn't real. Joe Biden's, he's an actor. And but we're all like characters. We're all playing a part. Nothing's real. It's kind of depressing. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm real. Are you real? Of course I'm real. We talk about everybody else. All the world's indeed a stage. We are merely players, performers and portrayers. Each of us, an audience, upon a gilded stage. What's gilded mean? Is it like golden or something? Or adorned? Upon a gilded stage. So we're all a bunch of phony actors playing parts. And, I don't know. And each of us is an audience for somebody else. Everybody thinks they're the they're the main character in a movie. That's true. Just the other night I was just kind of trying to catalog my life. Like, I went, okay, 1985, I went to St. Cloud. And then in 86, moved back to Bemidji. I was working at old printing. I did that for 2 years, whatever. And I'm getting so old that I'm like forgetting full like chapters. It's like, oh, that's right, I almost forgot. I spent 3 years working at Walker School District, But as I was just cataloging my life, it just, in my mind, it felt like, oh yeah, I'm like the main character in a book. Oh, look at the quest I've been on. Born to humble beginnings, only to rise to greatness. Only to rise to humbleness. I don't know. But I know we all feel that way. It's in this chapter is when our main character fell in love. And this one was a tragedy because his girlfriend cheated on him. That was the summer of his discontent. And then this thing happened, and then that led to this thing. And everything is just like scenes in a movie. And so like when people say, I almost died. My life flashed before my eyes. I think that really happens. It's like your brain goes, zip, and you see everything in super, super fast motion. All your memories download or something. I saw my whole life flash before my eyes. And in my day-to-day experience, there was like a lot of boredom and anxiety. But then when you generalize and you go, okay, what were my 20s like? Oh, they were crazy times. Man, we had some good times. That was fun, being in my 20s. If I have to generalize, it was chaotic and uncertain. And I know I was depressed a lot, and I was angry a lot. And I had anxiety, and, I was so young and dumb, I didn't even know how young and dumb I was. But that's like, you back up far enough and you look at your life and everything becomes sort of, okay. Let's not get into the particulars. In general, it was a good time. I learned a lot. I made a lot of memories. I value those experiences. Then you move on. Oh, here's my 30s. How would happen to my 30s? What year was that? Big markers in the world. You go, okay, I remember 2000 because that was Y2K. So that's when the band got back together and we played the gig. And nobody paid attention because I didn't even have a computer. But year 2000 and then 2001, you always go, okay, yeah, what was going on when 9/11 happened? Oh, yeah. Bridgie was staying with me. So that was the time of that band or whatever. But, full decades go by. Like, how old am I? Yikes. Just a flash in the pan. Memories. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-dum. Are you a very nostalgic person? Yeah, I'd have to say so. I spend a lot of time thinking about the good old days. Yeah, me too, huh? Yeah, you live in the past, man. Why do you gotta live in the past? I don't know. Live in the 80s. Can't get with it. It feels like everything in the good old days was better. Seems like every way that it's changed, it's like degraded. Like Devo used to sing, we're de-evolving. That's what Devo meant. De-evolution. I don't know. Everything that used to be good is now kind of turning into crap. You want proof? Star Wars. Look at any movie, any remake. You just can't remake something that isn't just so bad it ruins the original. You like Star Wars? Ugh. That convoluted, ridiculous nonsense. But if they never remade it, it'd be like, no, Star Wars is a great movie. I mean, I hate to say it, but, Rocky's kind of that. If Sylvester Stallone had only made Rocky and never, didn't make 20 sequels to that thing, people would think of him as a great writer and filmmaker. Don't they think of him as a great writer and filmmaker? Well, no, I think of him as actually being Rocky. He's beyond. People don't think of Sylvester Stallone as a human being. They think of him as his characters. He is Rocky, and he is Rambo. And he is over the top. You think so? I don't know. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me blind. Sunshine almost always gives me skin cancer. Nah. Boy, the chemtrails are really out last night. I know, huh? I wonder what they're doing. Oh, and you know what else? What's that? I forgot to get my my prop. That's not it. The crazy gun. Smudge. Nukwajigan means smudge. Boshkode jibek is sage. Right? Boshkode jibek is the plant. If you're going to ask somebody to give you some sage, don't ask them to give you some smudge. Every once in a while people come, hey man, you got any smudge? It's like, do I have any? I got a smudge in my nose, I guess. But smudge is the verb. When we smudge, we burn some Boshkode jibek. We burn some sage. And sweetie, do you want to tell them what sage does? When we burn sage, we scare away the bad spirits and invite in the good spirits. Yeah, that's what they always tell the kids. Oh, it'll scare away the bad spirits. I'm not sure why the smell of smoke scares away bad spirits, but it'll clean out any bad spirits. It's a purifier. It's a spiritual purifier. So you'd burn some Boshkode jibek. And I don't have any. All I have is this feather. Oh, it's a feather. What do you want? But then you'd burn it and smudge it out. If you're like Russell Brand or something, you take a whole like twine, just a bundle, I guess. You'll take a whole bundle of sage and just burn the edge and then walk around like an idiot, fill in the whole room with smoke until people are coughing. You don't need to do that. You can just take a little bit and let it burn out. You're not actually smoking out. Some people use sage like it's a like they're trying to smoke out flies or mosquitoes or something. You know, you're not an exterminator of bad spirits. It's more like incense. So you burn some of that Bashkode Jibek, and then you smudge down Nukwejigan. And this is the story. This is the song about sage. Bashkode Jibek, Bashkode Jibek, Nukwejigan, Nukwejigan, Bashkode Jibek, Bashkode Jibek, Nukwejigan, Nukwejigan, baby, 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 baby. That song's just sort of all chorus. I know. Nukwejigan, Bashkode Jibek, Nukwejigan. And yeah, okay, so granted, that's not the greatest song we've ever written. But in a couple of weeks, you're going, how do you say it in Ojibwe? Bashkode Jibek, Bashkode Jibek, Nukwejigan. So Bashkode Jibek, you'll remember it from the song. I should be writing jingles, huh, sweetie? You could write jingles for a commercial. Like Paul Stanley, huh? Yep, like he did for Folgers. Bashkode Jibek and Nukwejigan. Smudge and sage. And oh wow, what can I say about smudge and sage that hasn't been said already? It's one of those kind of cornerstone Ojibwe teaching things. Okay, kids, everybody sit down here in the grass. We're going to talk about sage. Oh, it's a sacred medicine. You see, there are 4 medicines the Creator gave to us. You got your tobacco and your cedar and your sweetgrass. But the best one of all is a sage. Oh, it gets rid of the bad spirits. And the kid's like, what's a bad spirit? Are you talking about ghosts? Are you talking about demons? Are you talking about fighting the unholy with what? White sage? You're going to burn this in a little shell and go, oh, it's a good thing you're here, medicine man. We had Beelzebub, but you brought your little burning weed. Oh, that's great. Yeah. That'll help. But so it's a medicine. Which I really wish I could show you right now, but you guys know what sage is. And oh, my love, Weenie Mushane, I hunger for your touch, la-di-dum. But yeah, so there's sage. What was I talking about? You were trying to find some way to segue into talking about the show. Okay, yeah. So this would be kind of like, for anybody new to the show, welcome to the new to the show. I see Weesanee's here. Boozhoo Weesanee. Weesanee's not new. No, Weesanee's been here. Yeah. But we're a live stream podcast that talks about Ojibwe language and culture, right? And we've been doing this now for about 2.5 years. Coming up on 3 years, I suppose. But today is Ojibwe word of the day. I'd like to go back into the what should we call this? Let's call this Abatuse Wednesday is in the vault. In the vault. We're gonna go way back into the vault, back into the early days of the Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo podcast. Just to remind everybody how crappy this show used to be. No! This is our first show. This would have been in 2018, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. Like September of 2018. All right. And I'd like to apologize ahead of time that I ever thought this would be a good idea.
Okay
Come
then.
on.
Ani Nanashinabe dog. Nanaboozhoo. Oh. Take two. Take two. Sorry.
I can't
Sorry.
even watch.
I can do this. I can do this. Alright. Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo dog. Nanaboozhoo indigenous cause. Nieman Waindam Oma Noon Kum. Hello. My name is Nanaboozhoo, and I'm happy to be here today. Let's see, what do I want to say today? Okay, we're going to learn a new word. Eh? You know what that word is?
No.
Coffee. That's right. We're going to learn the Ojibwe word for coffee. So, it's a big word, but it was the first word my grandpa ever taught me. So here it goes. Makare mashkiki wabu. That's right. Makare mashkiki wabu. Hard to say? Not at all. Can sing a song about it. Eh? All right, check this out. Makare mashkiki wabu. Makare mashkiki wabu. Niwi eya. Niwi eya. Makere mashkiki wabu, makere mashkiki wabu, niwi eya. Makere mashkiki wabu, makere mashkiki wabu, niwi eya. Makere mashkiki wabu. That's right. Niwi eya, makere mashkiki wabu. I need coffee. Okay, miigwech. There you have it. Igawaba, man. I'll see ya.
There's Michael's head. He doesn't know how to shut off the camera.
Okay,
I know,
bye.
it's hilarious. Boop. Boop. Makare mashkiki wabu. Makare mashkiki wabu, sweetie. That's what that song is. Black medicine water. I know we've taught this word a million times, but Makare mashkiki wapu. Wisini says, now, how can I turn that into Junia? Now then, how can I take this grainy black and white thing and turn it into cold hard cash? And that's what we did, sweetie. What do you mean? That thing led up to what we're doing today. Hour-long, I mean, it's essentially improv comedy. Let's admit it. What we do in the morning? Yeah. I mean, we kind of say, oh yeah, welcome to Ojibwe class. The class with no worksheets, no tests. You learn one word a day, or maybe two or three. I don't know. This is hardly a class. But what it is, it's me just riffing. This is comedy. You know, this ain't rock and roll. This is comedy. So let me tell a funny story. Just like that? Yeah. Is there any worse way to start like a joke? So, oh, here, listen to this. This is hilarious. You're going to die laughing. You go, what? Okay. And a person gets himself all set. Well, I better say a little prayer. I'm going to meet my maker when this joke makes my heart stop. It's so funny. Yeah, thanks for murdering me with your joke. Go ahead. What is so possibly so funny? I will die. But this one. Oh, you're literally gonna crap your pants. I know they say that. Well, literally? Do you know what literally means? Well, whatever. Do not tell me a joke that's going to end up with me soiling myself. I'm a grown man. I don't want to sit in this cafe and poop in my pants. Oh, that was so funny. It was so funny I crapped my pants. I literally crapped my pants. Oh, I was so scared I literally crapped my pants. Yeah, people, actually they crap their pants when they get scared. They pee their pants when they laugh. I know, what is that? I don't know. It's like, come on, you guys. Keep it together. Go ahead, laugh, but don't. And anyway, you oversell it. You don't ever start as, okay, this is going to make you die. This will make you pee your pants. And then crap your pants. You're going to do all of it. You're going to pee, poop, and then die. Back in the days of the grandfathers. Oh, this is a funny story. Everybody knew the earth was flat. And there was a dome over it, right? And we were just in water. That was obvious. Everyone knew this forever. But then a bunch of Satanists said, hey, you know what we should do? Let's lie to everybody. And we'll start a whole campaign. And we'll tell them we live on a spinning ball. Can you believe a spinning ball like a basketball? And we'll tell them, no, it's not water. It's nothing. It's black space. It just goes on and on. And those little lights you see, oh, those are like the sun, but they're far away. So they're little, you know. And it all started with a big bang. An explosion. Oh, really? What exploded? Nothing. That's what's so crazy, man. And everybody believed it. And they taught it to their kids in schools, and they wrote books, and they came up with TV shows and movies. And they pretended to go to the moon. And they filmed these guys on an obvious set, and they released some fake photos. And they, well, yeah, look at us. We flew out in outer space, and we landed on the moon. Every 6 months for about 3 years. Between 1969 and 1972. It was easy. Nobody died. That was fine. Can't do it anymore, but... I mean, isn't that hilarious? You know, back in the days of the grandfathers, the great generation, the World War II generation, they came back having defended our country. Sort of. Having killed Nazis and Japanese people. They came back and they had a whole bunch of kids. There was a boom. It was, forget that 1967 was the summer of love. 1949 or whatever, whenever the war got over, was the summer of love. A whole bunch of babies were born. They called it a baby boom. All these babies, the whole country got filled up with babies. A bunch of crying, entitled babies. And those babies grew up. And they were known as the baby boomer generation. And they believed everything they saw on TV. They didn't appreciate their parents at all. They said, oh, what are your traditions and your customs? We're going to spit on this. And the boys grew their hair out. They became hippies. And the girls burned their bras. And they became... Ooh, what's the nice word? Women of ill repute, I guess. Calm down, Generation X. Yes, I just called your mom a whore. Just calm down. We're talking about the baby boomers. So these guys, they believed everything they saw on TV. So when NASA said, yeah, we flew to the moon, they believed it. They're like, awesome. Don't forget to stick a flag in the moon when you're up there in your spaceship. Because we believe everything. They're a stupid generation. Just dumb. Dumb. And they're kind of, they're dying out now, but they were sort of the establishment for the longest time. Since the 80s. The baby boomers have been in charge. So why am I dogging the baby boomers? They think their music's great. It's not. They believe everything mainstream ever rolled out. A bunch of atheists and, I don't know. Their religion is science. Oh, what did Carl Sagan say about it? He was on the television, so I believe him. He became my priest. Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a black guy. You can trust him. Bill Nye, the science guy. I don't know. He was on Saturday morning television, so he's a scientist. These are they're experts. They believe them. The baby boomers also think of themselves as the best people in the world. They think of themselves as the first generation to finally want to help other people. They were the generation who started to call out racism and sexism and all the unfair isms. They go, you know what? We're going to make some changes. There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. You know, very self-righteous generation. It was the least impressive accomplishment of the World War II generation was their parenting. They kind of dropped the ball on that. But, so, baby boomers, a bunch of lion sociopaths pretended to go to the moon and then lied to everybody. And even if they don't believe it, they're so brainwashed that they pretend to believe it. They're so brainwashed, they don't like anybody exposing that they have been brainwashed. You know? So, this is why today's word of the day is Makare Mashkiki Wabo. Black medicine water. How did I get off on dog and baby boomers? I don't know. That started somewhere. Something about landing on the moon, how hilarious it is. Maybe it's that they all believe it. Yeah. Maybe that was it. Baby boomers believe that we went to the moon. And it irritates them when they hear people poke holes in their story. It's like, what? Really? Nah, that doesn't sound right. I don't really believe you guys went to the moon. You know. Who was the president? Richard Nixon? Oh, not in the first one? Oh, okay. I don't know. Hey, sweetie. Yeah? You got a phone call. A phone call? For me? Yeah. Oh, okay. What line? On line 2. All right. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Hey, come on, man. Hey, President Biden, the king of the boomers. Come on, man. You can't be serious. What's going on? I wanted to call in. I want, you talk a lot of crap about my generation. We're the baby boomers, man. We're making the world a better place. Come on, man. I'm not kidding. I mean, just think about it. What's that? Think about it. We're the generations. We sent man to the moon. Can you believe that? I'm serious. Yeah, no, I don't believe it. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Why would they lie? I don't know. I don't think you had anything to do with it, but because they're liars and weirdos. Your whole generation's a bunch of weirdos. I don't know. Come on, man. No, think about it. Corn Pop, he was a bad dude. And I know a thing about roaches. What are you talking about? No, man, just think about it. Think about it. I used to work at a pool. When I was at that pool, the children, they'd rub my legs. Yeah, I know. Why do you keep telling the same stories over and over again? Huh? Who is this, man? This is Nanaboozhoo. You called into the Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo podcast, sir. And I know I'm not the first one to bring this up, but it's pretty obvious you're suffering from, dementia. Well, come on, man. I don't got dementia. Come on. I'm serious. Think about it. I don't have dementia. I don't have. He fell asleep again. I know. Should we just let him sleep? No. Just let him sleep. He's old. He's a boomer. Joe, wake up. Huh? Oh, hey, man. What's going on? Who is this? It's Nanaboozhoo. You called into the show. What do you want? Oh, hey, man. Just think about it. Can I teach you a Ojibwe word today? Yeah, sure. Do you want to teach Opatuse? What now? Opatuse? What's Opatuse mean? It means halfway. Opatuse. Opatuse! Well, you know, I'm just about halfway through my presidency. Is that what you think? Yeah, man, it's going to be 2 years. Has it been 2 years already? Well, maybe next fall? I don't know. Yep, you're probably halfway. And I'm halfway through my life. You think you're only halfway through your life? I think you're knocking on heaven's door, no offense. Come on, man. Come on, just think about it. No, I'm serious. Just think about it. You know, I'm halfway. Dude, you're 106. You're more than halfway. Yeah, man, but I drink the blood. I got the blood. I got the adrenochrome. I want to stay young forever. Yeah, let's not talk about adrenochrome again. Opatuse, sir. Opatuse! That's crazy, man. Whoa, where'd I go? Oh, sorry. I was trying to get rid of that word. So anyway, you seem, other than falling asleep for a second there, pretty coherent today. How are things going, sir? Man, it's all right. I mean, they're really showing themselves do really well. Come on, man. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else I need to ask you? Anything you want to ask the president, sweetie? No. Hey, is that Natasha? Yeah, it's Natasha. Hey, Natasha. How you doing? No, serious. How you doing? Hello, Mr. President. Oh, you smell good. Dude, don't talk like that to my girlfriend. Well, man, I was kidding. Who is this? Dude, I gotta get going. All right, no, wait, just one thing. Yeah, what? How you say that, I will see you again? We say, Gigawabamin, Minawa. What now? Gigawabamin, Minawa. Well then, Gigawabamin, Minawa. Gigawabamin. Yep, Gigawabamin. Yeah. I think I'm over Joe Biden. Yeah, you don't seem as compassionate as you've been. Yeah. I mean, when this all started, I actually felt kind of sorry for him. And, I'm a red-blooded American. I want to see my president do well. I wasn't, wasn't rooting for him to die or something, but he can't even give a press conference. He can't even make sense. He just speaks in sound bites. When he doesn't have a teleprompter to read, like that phone conversation, you can tell he's got nothing to offer. Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. I just don't know sometimes, sweetie. I know. But on to more pressing matters. Are you gonna browse for a song? Yeah, I was thinking about it. How about Run to the Hills? I could play Run to the Hills, couldn't I? All right. Is Iron Maiden from Scotland? I don't know. They're either Scottish or Irish or English. Or probably just English. I was gonna dedicate this song to Daniel Black, because I think he's a headbanger. But this is a song about running to the hills. This is an Iron Maiden tune about how the white man came from across the sea, and he brought us pain and misery, huh, sweetie? That's right. And he killed our tribes, he killed our Cree, he killed our game for his own needs. But we fought him hard, and we fought him well. Out on the plains, we gave him hell. But many came, too much for Cree. Will we ever be set free? These guys are poets, man. And up next, the lovely and talented Natasha. All right. Miigwech Bizendawieg. Thank you for listening. Should we do this? Okay. Okay, hey, Boozhoo. Welcome back to the show. We've got a very special song for you today. This is by Iron Maiden, and it's called Run to the Hills. White man came from across the sea. He brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes, he killed our creed, he killed our game for his own needs. We fought him hard, we fought him well. Out on the plains we gave him hell. But many came, too much for creed. Oh, will we ever be set free? Riding through dust clouds and barren waste, galloping hard on the plains, chasing the redskins back to their holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back, women and children are cowards attack. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back, women and children are cowards attack. Run to the hills, run for your life, run to the hills, run for your life. Soldier blue in the barren waste, hunting and killing their game, raping the women and wasting the men. The only good Indians are tame, selling them whiskey and taking their gold, enslaving the young and destroying the old. Selling them whiskey and taking their gold, enslaving the young and destroying the old. Run to the hills, run for your lives, run to the hills, run for your lives, run to the hills, run for your lives, run to the hills, run for your lives. And there you have it. Run to the hills. Iron Maiden. All right, Boozhoo. Welcome. The show. Run to the hills. Run for your life. That's such a cool song, sweetie. Yeah, we nailed that song. Daniel Black says, lifelong Maiden fan. Great British fan, weren't they? Yeah. Are Iron Maiden baby boomers? Oh man, they're right on the line, I bet. I want to think they're Gen X, but they were probably older than us. Run to the hills. So it goes, World War II generation, great generation, baby boomers, Generation X, and then what were the Generation X's kids called? Is that the millennials? Yeah, the millennials. And then now the millennials kids are Generation Z or something. Run to the hills. Sometimes you just gotta run to the hills. Sometimes it's a good day to fight. Sometimes it's a good day for breakfast. Sometimes it's a good day for country kitchen, huh, sweetie? Yep, that's right.
So, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, hey, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. So, yeah, generations. I mean, it's tough. You always kind of, it's easy to see the faults of the previous generation. I mean, you can blame the 80s kids for, celebrate good times, come on, for being materialistic, I guess. For being sort of surface. You know, we're the boomers' kids. But the boomer generation, the baby boomer, they were the first generation to start like that generation gap. The World War II generation people, I mean, for us, those were the boarding school kids, so they didn't rebel against their parents. They were totally taken out and became a different culture. You know, they had the generation gap sort of imposed on them. You know, when they didn't relate to their ancestors. But in America, the baby boomer generation, they were the first generation to have stuff marketed to just kids. That was the first generation who had children's clothes. In the old days, this is what I learned. In the old days, they would have kids' clothes, but it would just be adult clothes that were little. And you see it like in the old photos, you know, like little 4-year-old kids wearing, you know, a blazer and a tie, leather shoes. You know, just dressed like a man. But when the baby boomers came along, the kids who grew up in the 60s, the 50s and 60s, they were the TV generation. They wanted to be identified. Oh, where the kids are all right. They had different kinds of clothes. And they were clothes that were geared towards children. Oh, let's put a cartoon character on the shirt. Little kid will like Mighty Mouse. We'll put a Mighty Mouse on that shirt. No adult would ever wear a Mighty Mouse shirt, but children would. Well, what happens? These kids, they grow up, and now we got people in their 60s and 70s who still wear children's clothes. Oh, look, it's my favorite sports team. You know, oh, I'm wearing the number 16. And it's a fake, you know, Green Bay Packers jersey. It's a grown man. The baby boomers. So, you know, their parents' generation made all these sacrifices. Went to war, went through the Great Depression, built America, you know, did whatever. They come along, by the time they're 20, they got all the answers. Oh, we're gonna end racism. You bunch of racists, everybody in history until us, the enlightened generation, started to, you know. Oh, and by the way, listen to our crappy music. I want to hold your hand. It's genius. It's a British invasion. I want to hold your hand. It's stupid. But, you know, they grew up watching the Partridge Family and the Brady Bunch. Fathers knows best. Bonanza. Bumbada 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 bumba. Bumbada 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 bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Bumbada 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 bumba ba ba. Welcome to, whoa, what happened to my voice? Welcome to Bonanza. Remember Bonanza?
Are you kidding? That was Little Joe. That was Michael Landon before he got that sweet Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. He was like the cowboy Elvis. Bonanza. There was Little Joe. He was like the cool kind of rock star David Cassidy cowboy. And then he had an older brother named Hoss, who was like fat and dumb. Oh, I'm just a big old hoss. You know, he'd ride on a horse. The horse would just start to tremble when Hoss would come by. And then they had like the cool older brother, Adam. He had grew up to become a doctor, I think. And then their dad, Graham Greene. No, it's not Graham Greene. Lauren Greene. Yeah, Lauren Greene. And their dad. And it was 3 guys, 3 grown men, who all lived with their dad. And they never talked about what happened to their mom, or why none of them had married or ever, had children of their own. They were just 3 men and a grown man. Later on, they would have a spin-off movie called 3 Men and a Baby. But that was way different. So this is the story of Bonanza. Back in the days of the grandfathers, it was not uncommon for gunslingers to live like the modern millennial. Just stay at their parents' home long after they should be out on their own. But in this particular story, there was a man named Lauren Greene who, I guess his wife abandoned him and his 3 sons. I guess. Either that or she died. We never know. The story picks up with a single dad, Lauren Greene, who, he raised his boys all on his own. But each time they came of age, he'd be like, well, congratulations, son, you're 18. What will you do? Will you go off looking for adventure? Will you find a wife? Will you start a family? Will you start a farm? Will you, what are your goals, son? Each time, first there was Adam. He goes, well, Dad, I think I will just stay at home. I'm not going to date or anything. I'm going MGTOW. I'm a man going his own way. He's like, really? Because, my house isn't that big and you boys sure eat a lot. He goes, nope. I'm going to stay with you, Dad. I go, okay. A couple years go by. Now Haas is of age. And he's the fattest of all the boys. He eats the most. Lauren Greene comes out and goes, Haas, you're now of age. I'm so proud of you. You've grown into such a fine young man. What will you do? Now that you're old enough to live on your own, are you going to go out and make a life for yourself? Make a name for yourself? There's lots of territory here, Government basically just gives it to you if you're white. And Haas goes, Dad, I thought about that. I was thinking maybe going out and starting a family and maybe moving to the city, having a career or something. But instead, I think I'm just going to stay home with my brothers and my dad. It's a nice house and everything, and this way it's cheaper for me. I don't have to have a job. And so Lauren Greene goes, okay, I guess that's all right. I mean, maybe later on you'll want to. So, okay, son. A few years go by, now it's little Joe. Little Joe, they call him, grown man. But so infantilized is he by his older brothers and his dad that he's still like a little child, even though he's grown up. So the day comes, he's 18. Lauren Greene goes, excuse me, little Joe. You're old enough now to move out of the house. I've done what I can to provide for you on my own, even though your mother is either dead or abandoned you or something. I did the best I could, and you've grown up to be such a good young man. What are your plans, son? How can I help you start your life away from my house and my other 2 deadbeat sons? Well, little Joe thinks. He goes, well, Dad, I thought about maybe going out west and building a little house on a prairie. I could marry a lady and have 3 little girls. Then we could move to Minnesota. And eventually, start a TV show. And Lauren Greene goes, oh, wow, I can't believe it. Finally, a son with some ambition. With some, drive to start a family and maybe give me some grandchildren. Thank you, son. And Little Joe goes, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm gay. I'm going to stay here with you, Dad. And he was like, wah, wah. And at that, Lauren Green, did the old Bert. Wah, 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 wah. Ah, and just faints. Why was Bert always fainting? I don't know. Anyway, and this has been the story of Bonanza, Lauren Green, and his 3 deadbeat sons. To learn more about the Wild West, consult your local library or cable news rerun show. Anywho, sweetie, got anything you want to add before I head out? No, that's pretty good. What about you, Rockstar Cartoonist? You want to say anything? No, will you just thank them for me? Sure. Okay, everybody. I would just like to, on behalf of the boys, say, Miigwech gonna wappy, hey, hey. Thank you so much for watching. Looking for the intro song. Thank you for watching Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. Over here is Nanaboozhoo.
Okay, miigwech.
Over here is Michael Lyons.
Hey, thanks so much for watching.
And I will see you again. Gigawababin. Minawa. Hawa. Sweetie, would you mind teleporting me?
Not at all.
Gigawabin.
One to teleport. Hang on.